My dear, beloved, respected brothers and sisters, I ask Allah Azza wa Jal to bless me and you with sincerity in everything that we say and everything that we do. Ameen ya Rabbil Alameen. Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam prophesied about a disease. A disease that will afflict this ummah. And it happened that me and you are witnessing it. قال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم يوشك الأمم أن تداعى عليكم كما تداعى الأكلة إلى قصعتها قال قائل أمن قلة نحن يومئذ قال بل أنتم كثير ولكنكم غثاء كغثاء السيل ولينزعن الله من قلوب ولينزعن الله من صدور أعدائكم المهابة منكم وليقذفن الله في قلوبكم الوهن قالوا يا رسول الله وما الوهن قال حب الدنيا وكراهية الموت. الله أكبر. يعني as if Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam is literally living with us. So Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said, there will come a time that nations will gather against you just like hungry, starving people gather around a meal. So the natural question would be, and that was asked by the Sahaba, Ya Rasulullah, is it because we are few in number, that's why they are all gathering to attack us? Alayhi salatu wassalam said, no, you are numerous. You are 1.8 billion. But you are غثاء كغثاء السيل. Wallahi, if it wasn't Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam saying that word, no one on earth will dare call the ummah غثاء. غثاء is the dirt, the rubbish, the branches that are going with the current when it's going down. You are like a غثاء كغثاء السيل. You are abundant, but you are just like that غثاء. And Allah Azza wa Jal will remove the fear of you from the chest of your enemy. Allah will remove the fear of you from the chest of your enemy. And Allah will throw in your hearts something called al-wahan. They said, Ya Rasulullah, what is this wahan? He said, love of the dunya and hatred of death. صدق Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. My dear brothers and sisters, we are quoting this hadith not to feel helpless and pessimistic and create a negative vibe. We are talking and discussing this hadith to find a solution. All nations, subhanallah, Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, all nations will gather. Are they gathering now against Muslims? All nations will gather against us, even though they might only have 5% in common. But we as Muslims have 95% in common, and we decided to be separated and shattered. While our enemy have gathered and united against us. Usually when you're hungry, you want to eat first. You want to take as much food as possible. Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam used a word that is very scary. Tada'a, from da'wah. They are inviting each other. They are inviting each other. Come and eat with us. What does that indicate? Number one, that the meal is huge. There's a lot of resources, a lot of land for everybody. Come and eat with us. They're inviting each other. And it also indicates that the food never go against the people who are eating it. Surrendered. Look at the words that Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam have used. Then he said the word غثاء. The غثاء, the torrent, when it's coming down a mountain or a hill or whatever, the غثاء in it, the branches and the rubbish, they have no control where they're going. The torrent goes left, they go left. The torrent goes right, they go right. The torrent stops, they stop. Yani Rasulullah ﷺ is describing the Ummah exactly what we're going through right now. And the worst part of the hadith, the scariest part of the hadith, is when Rasulullah ﷺ said, Allah will throw or will remove the fear of you from the hearts of your enemy. Ya Allah, we are the Ummah of Tawheed. We are the Ummah of La ilaha illallah. We are the Ummah, the one that you said, وَرَضِيتُ لَكُمُ الْإِسْلَامَ دِينًا. You are the one who told us that this is the only deen. And you are, Ya Allah, taking the fear out of the hearts of our enemy. Allah, Rasulullah said, Allah la yanza'anna. Allah will take it out. While Rasulullah when he was alive, he said, I was given terror in the hearts of my enemy a distance of 1 month. Yani, the enemy used to tremble 1 month away from our army just by knowing that they're coming. نصرت بالرعب مسيرة شهر. I was given victory with terror in their hearts just by knowing that the Muslims are coming. Look at the extreme. 1 month before they come, people are trembling, and now they're inviting each other to attack and take from that meal. And Allah Azza wa Jal will throw in the hearts of Muslims, Allah will throw in the hearts of Muslims something called al-wahan, the love of dunya and the hatred of death. What does that mean? Since Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala only decrees good, that means this is a test. This is a test. You're going through a test. How are you going to behave? Are you going to come back to me? Because most of the tests, the reasons for the test, the main reason for any test that we go through, when you got sick, when you lose a job, when any major calamity that takes place in your life, one of the main reasons is to bring you back to Allah, is to bring us back to Allah عز وجل. وَلَنُذِيقَنَّهُمْ مِنَ الْعَذَابِ الْأَدْنَى دُونَ الْعَذَابِ الْأَكْبَرِ. Why? لَعَلَّهُمْ يَرْجِعُونَ. I'm going to throw them some kind of small test before the huge punishment on the Day of Judgment. Why? So they could come back. Because no matter what we're suffering here, it's nothing compared to the punishment of the Day of Judgment. Love of dunya. The main problem is of the love of dunya is that it distracts us from obeying Allah and make committing the major sins very easy. That is the meaning of love of dunya. It distracts us. I'm so in love of my job that I do not come to Jumu'ah. I cannot leave because if I leave, I might lose a few dollars. So the love of dunya made me disobey Allah Azza wa Jal. The love of dunya, to get a bigger house, I have to go into riba. I committed a major sin because I love dunya. I sell haram and I buy haram in order to increase my wealth. Doesn't matter where the money is coming from. So I'm disobeying Allah because of dunya. This is what it does it mean. It does not mean ignore the dunya completely and desert the dunya. No. It means make the dunya in your hands, not in your heart. Use the dunya to invest in the akhirah. Use the dunya to invest in the akhirah. But the love of dunya, their main problem with it is that it leads to the disobedience of Allah Azza wa Jal. Some of us are saying, no. I do not love dunya. This is not me. This is everybody else, not me. Well, Habibi, Allah Azza wa Jal, when He talked and spoke to the Sahaba, He said, Minkum ma yurid al-dunya, wa minkum ma yurid al-akhirah. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, when He spoke to the Sahaba, He said, among you, talking to the Sahaba, some will desire dunya. And among you, some that will desire akhirah. So if the Sahaba fell into that trap, we could easily fall into that trap. So don't exclude yourself, say, no, it's not me. It's every single one of us that's falling into that or acquiring and being afflicted with that disease of wahan. طيب, now we know the disease. We have to find a cure. It's very easy to say things and leave. No. What is the cure? Number one is to understand what is this dunya worth. I love this dunya. You love something. In order for me to make you not love it or adore it, I have to show you how insignificant it is. And the Quran, so many ayat are telling us how insignificant in this dunya is. And a hadith, I will mention just few. Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, he said, the world, all this dunya with all its luxuries, in comparison to the akhirah, in comparison to the hereafter, it is similar to the drops of water that stick to your finger when you put it in the ocean and take it out. You have an ocean of water, huge ocean of water. This is akhirah. What is dunya, ya Rasulullah, compared to this ocean? When you put your finger and a few droplets come on your finger, this is dunya compared to the akhirah. This is what I'm fighting my brother, and I have spoken to him for years because of $1,000 he borrowed. This is why I took my sister's inheritance for something that the whole dunya is not worth, not just a piece of land. This is why I'm buying and selling haram to increase my wealth. For dunya is not the whole dunya. No one on earth will live to own the whole dunya. And if you owned the whole dunya, it is not worth those droplets of water. In another hadith, it's not worth a wing, not a mosquito. Mosquito is precious. Not worth a wing of a mosquito. A wing of a mosquito. Rasulullah ﷺ said, the size of a whip, the space of a whip in Jannah, whip 2 by 2, 1 by 2, is better than the whole dunya and everything in it. Ya Allah, Ya Allah. My brothers and sisters, Rasulullah ﷺ, one time, he was walking in the market with the Sahaba, and he passed by a dead, one-eared goat. And a one-eared goat is very well known to the Arab of being a defective goat. So it is defective and it's dead. So Rasulullah ﷺ held the other ear and he said, who will buy this for 1 dirham? Sahaba looked, Ya Rasulullah, no one. What will we do with it? He said, who would buy this for 1 dirham? He said, Ya Rasulullah, even if it was alive, it is defective, nobody wants it. Listen, Ya Akhwan, how Rasulullah ﷺ take advantage of a situation to teach this whole ummah. He said, Allah, this whole dunya, in the sight of Allah, is more insignificant than this dead goat in your eyes. La ilaha illallah. My brothers and sisters, Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam, he said one time, Wallahi, ما الفقر أخشى عليكم ولكني أخشى عليكم أن تبسط دنيا عليكم كما بسطت على الذين من قبلكم فتنافسوها كما تنافسوها وتهلككم كما أهلكتهم. Wallahi, it is not poverty that I fear for you. Rather, I fear that you will be enjoying ease and luxury like the people before you, and you start competing to get more of it, and that is going to destroy you just like it destroyed them. Nu'man ibn al-Bashir radiallahu anhu, he said, al-halaka, destruction and all destruction is when you commit sins in the times of trials and tribulations. قولوا قولي هذا واستغفر الله فاستغفروه إنه هو الغفور الرحيم. بسم الله وحده والصلاة والسلام على من لا نبي بعده. Subhanallah. This is the description of the dunya from the one لا ينطق عن الهوى. He does not speak from his own desire. So this is a description of the dunya by its owner. The owner of the dunya. You're going to buy a car, and the guy you're buying the car from, he's telling you the car is worthless. This car is horrible. He has a red car and a black car. The red car, he's saying it's horrible, it's bad, the transmission is going to break in a few months, it's terrible. And the black one is forever. Give me the red, please. Ya Habibi, the red is bad. I own both. Let me take the red, please. The owner of the dunya is telling us what kind of dunya is it. Again, that does not mean do not become a doctor and an engineer and study. No, study in order to make Muslims professionals and can spread the right deen. But do not make the dunya in your heart. Second, first, knowing what the dunya is worth. Second, cure to get out from this disease is to know, ya akhwan, subhanallah, we have a janazah outside, there's a dead body among us. There's a dead body among us. When is it we are going to wake up? When we are in that box, like Ali radiallahu anh said, people are sleeping. When they die, they wake up. So the second cure is to remember and to know for a fact that death is coming. Not only for the old people, not only for the sick people, it's for everyone. كل نفس ذائقة الموت. كل كل نفس ذائقة الموت. The speaker is going to die. The attendees are going to die. The president is going to die. The king is going to die, and the farmer is going to die. The Muslim is going to die, and the non-Muslim is going to die. The rich is going to die, and the poor is going to die. The Arab is going to die, and the non-Arab is going to die. We are all going to die, and every single one in this room knows that for a fact, and still addicted to dunya. Subhanallah. It's coming. 100%, no doubt. Karahiyat al-maut. Here, hating death. Everybody hates death. Here, what does hating death means? I hate death because I am such a bad sinner, and I'm so scared that if I die, what am I going to say to Allah? This is why I hate death. Otherwise, Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he said, "Man ahabba liqa Allah, ahabba Allah liqa'ah." Whomsoever loves to meet Allah, Allah loves to meet him. And what's stopping me between me and meeting Allah Azza wa Jal? It's death. My brothers and sisters, being with Allah, obeying Allah, staying away from what Allah has prohibited will bring us back to be the best ummah ever. When we are with Allah, you can approach a tank that has 600, 700 sensors. A tank that any bomb coming to it will explode before it comes. A tank that anyone who approaches it will start shooting at him. When you are with Allah, you can come and drop a bomb inside that tent, inside that tank. Because Allah is with you. Don't tell me this is normal. Go by any logic. This does not make any sense except there was divine intervention. Allah is with them. Allah is with them. How did you reach that point? They could have said, we should not go into this. Everyone is against us. We have nothing. We've been besieged for 15 years. No. If I stand up here, or if we go on the news right now, and we found that the president of so-and-so, the prime minister of so-and-so, he said, I am with Gaza. Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, alhamdulillah. We got the support of Germany. We got the support of England. And when we say, Allah is with you, doesn't mean anything. Allah is with us. This is what we are supposed to believe. That Allah is with us, and this is the only cure. This is the only solution. Now I understand when Amr ibn al-As, he requested from Umar ibn al-Khattab, and he said, I need support in order to finish the conquer of Egypt. I need some soldiers. Wallahi, I did not understand it until the ahdath, until these things of Gaza. So Umar radiallahu anh, how many soldiers he sent him? 4. 4 soldiers. And he said, every one of these soldiers is equal 1,000. Wallahi, now I see it. Now I see it. The whole world against a group of people. How? This is it. The ma'iyya of Allah. Allah is with you. Allah is with you. So whatever problem that you have, whatever you're going through, you want that? Be with Allah Azza wa Jalla, and He will take you out from whatever problem that you have. We have to believe it. We are witnessing it. We are living it. We are living it. Otherwise, by any matter of calculation, any army tactics, this does not make any sense. Does not. Right? Does not make any sense. How? The biggest superpowers, and this is, 140 square miles. How? Resisting for 50 days. How? The ma'iyya of Allah. My brothers and sisters, you know, this is our problem. We come and we listen, and after I finish, Sheikh, that was a good khutbah and done. What are you doing? What are you doing? We are PhD in complaining about our hukam. Oh, our leaders are bad, our governors, our this, our people. What are you doing? How many things you have changed since the matters of Gaza? How many things that you've really changed? How many haram things that you are doing and you stopped for the sake of Allah? Because you know that one of the major reasons for disasters and calamities is sins. Sins. بما كسبت أيديكم, what your hands brought forward. Let's try to raise the new generation on loving Allah Azza wa Jal. Let's try to instill in them the real Islam, the Islam that will give them the Izzah. And that happens by, one of the reasons is to establish Islamic schools. And for you, my brother, for you, my sister, to be a role model for these children. If they see their brother, their father dealing with haram and selling haram and feeding them haram, how can you expect a real Muslim from being fed with haram and his flesh is being nourished with haram, and you expect a mujahid? How? Let's be the role models for our children. May Allah protect our descendants. Not only our children, may Allah protect our descendants. ربنا هب لنا من أزواجنا وذرياتنا قرة أعين واجعلنا للمتقين إماما. اللهم انصر إخواننا في غزة يا رب العالمين. اللهم انصرهم نصرا عزيزا. اللهم يا أكرم الأكرمين يا أرحم الراحمين انصرهم على عدوك وعدونا يا رب العالمين. اللهم زلزل الأرض تحت أقدام العدو يا الله. اللهم ألق الرعب في قلوبهم يا أرحم الراحمين. يا رب يا كريم يا عزيز يا قوي يا الله إنهم لا يعجزونك يا رب العالمين. Ya Allah, we ask you the best of your names to make us from the people who listen and apply. Ya Allah, make us from the people who listen and apply and practice what we preach. ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار. ربنا لا تزغ قلوبنا بعد إذ هديتنا وهب لنا من لدنك رحمة إنك أنت الوهاب. وصلى الله على نبينا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين وقوموا إلى صلاتكم.